NAB 2023. I'm Elke from Czech Room. We're back and I'm so excited to be here. I hope you are too. Well, no, you're not. You're behind the screen. There's so much cool stuff happening around me and I am so excited to show it to you. So let's start with DJI. Okay, the DJI booth is popping. What can people see here?
Of course, our big showstopper today is going to be the Inspire 3, which is 7 years in the making. We had Inspire 2 in 2016. So Inspire 3 came out 2 days ago, and people have a lot of questions about it, about what makes it a great drone. It is our latest iteration of our professional filmography drone. It shoots in fully 8K, so it generates as good footage as an on-ground RED or ARRI camera. So it integrates into all those productions really seamlessly for post-production, for color grading. As a cinematic drone, it also can do things like capture footage at 360 degrees. It can tilt up to 80 degrees for really nice perspectives. Really, like we always aim to do with all of our products, create paradigm shifts in the industries that we're working in. So for filmography, we have our aerial systems with Inspire 3. We also have a lot of our on-ground equipment, like the Ronin 4D. Our Ronin 4D is our first cinematic full system for camera stabilization as well as the camera itself. And all of our cameras, our gimbals, technically started with 3 axes of stabilization. So you have your tilt, your roll, and your pan. What we do now with the Ronin 4D is create a 4th axis, the Z axis. So usually when we film on sets, you'll see rails on the ground. With the Ronin 4D, it makes it possible for you to be able to walk and cancel out the up and down movement from walking. So you really have a lot more dynamic movement that you can do, or you can move more freely within a set with just a camera, your 2 hands, and you can fully film on sets like you would with a dolly or with a rail system.
So lost. All right, tell me, what's new at Canon?
Oh man, this year we have a lot of new innovations and firmware updates to our cameras that we're rolling out here at the show. So we've made recent updates to the R5C and our rest of our Cinema EOS line, but with the recent image improvements to the R5C, we're very proud to announce that it's been approved by Netflix for shooting Netflix productions. So that's a big announcement. We're very proud and excited about that here at the show. We also made a new firmware add-on attachments for our PTZ cameras. So we've increased the capabilities of the PTZs with a whole number of auto tracking and auto loop capabilities that are added on to not just the CRN 700 but the entire indoor PTZ line. So when you'll see over here is the auto tracking capabilities of the PTZ, framing, exclusionary areas, primary areas, all being able to be set within the software, and then you set it and let the PTZ camera track. It'll maintain framing, zoom, focus.
It follows me everywhere I go. Maybe if I run. You see how fast it goes? Very nice. Oh, that's awesome.
This is the camera doing the tracking, not a separate computer system. So the latency is very, very fast as far as being able to follow the subject. The other thing that we've done here is we've announced an improvement to the Flex Zoom lens. So if you remember last year, Elke, when we were talking, we announced the Flex Zoom lenses, which were Canon full-frame 8K cinema zoom lenses. This year, what we've done is, in last year, what made those lenses flexible was the mount swap. You can go from EF to PL swap. Well, now you can actually change the relay unit inside. So instead of imaging on a full frame sensor, you can change the relay inside to have it properly image and maintain the same angle of view for a Super 35mm sensor. And what we have here under the vitrine, you'll see, is all those elements that are what you can make the lens very versatile to image on a full frame or a Super 35, to mount on a PL camera, PL mount, or EF mount. So making the flex zooms even more flexible this year. The other big announcement, it's not really as much of well, it was part of our firmware announcement for the Cinema EOS, is a new clear scan improvement on our Cinema EOS cameras, enabling them to shoot LED walls flawlessly. And we're demonstrating that with a virtual production demonstration over here. And the virtual production demonstration is not just demoing the clear scan function of the Cinema EOS cameras, but also the metadata that you're able to get off of a Canon servo lens. And that metadata is being fed into Unreal Engine for a virtual production background that's dynamically moving as the camera moves itself, taking in all of that lens data. Let's see. Oh, my favorite, probably my personal favorite announcement is we've announced the development of Canon's first SPAD sensor camera. SPAD stands for Single Photon Avalanche Diode. What that means is it takes the bare minimum amount of light onto that sensor diode and it exponentially expands it to give you an image where you could not otherwise get. Here you have the SPAD sensor camera. It's in a dark room behind that wall, and that would be what the naked eye can see. And you can actually look through one of those peepholes and look into the room to see how dark it is. You're able to get a very clean color image miles and miles away. And what you can see here, footage from our ME20 multifunction camera that again shoots up to 2 million ISO. But then now here's the MS500, which is the SPAD sensor camera that were announced just before the show. And again, you can see what the exponential more light in this image. And again, you could shoot for miles, much further away than you could with the ME20. So this is a great camera for up to 800 millimeters, but anything beyond 800 millimeters, this camera is going to get you an image that could not otherwise be captured.
You see it very clearly.
Yeah. That is probably the most significant updates in a nutshell. Yeah.
Stacking the announcements. Wow.
It's NAB. We got to, this is our time to shine.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at the Kino Flo booth. It is so impressive. I mean, look at this. All right, what's new at Kino Flo?
The big reveal for us here is the first time we're showing the Mimic in its full glory. This is the first time anywhere in the world we've been able to assemble this many units to actually illustrate what the Mimic is supposed to be doing.
Can we try it out? Yeah.
If you want to join me in the bucket.
Yes, let's join that man here. We're gonna make it cozy. Let's make it cozy. All right, tell me a bit more. What's happening now?
Well, as soon as they come up with the image, we'll start to see what. Oh, here we go.
I see we have this Beyonce fan here behind me. Like my hair.
So we are in Santa Monica Beach at the Ferris wheel at Santa Monica Beach. There's a little Pacific breeze blowing in off the ocean.
Warm, yeah, very nice.
Yes. And so the idea here is now that we've been able to come up with a light source where we can mirror the scene just outside of what you see back here. So we did a 360 capture, and there's two side plates that are actually projecting the image of what that portion of the scene would be. And that's what's illuminating us. And if you look straight up, we can see the top of the Ferris wheel. So the idea is that you use this entire environment like you would in the real world. Where is the light coming from? Well, it's coming from everywhere. And so here, now it's coming from everywhere. And the fact that all this is now color correct. Now a wall like that normally is just 3 colors. It's a 3-color pixel, RGB pixel. And so what we do is we take that RGB pixel, turn it into a 5-color pixel. The 5 colors consisting of a daylight and a tungsten white. Put them all together, now you have a full spectrum. So now all of our, I'm not wearing anything colorful, nor are you, but if we were in a colorful wardrobe, it would reflect the colors more accurately. And also our skin tones would be more accurate. So this has been a holy grail for the motion picture industry for a long time, and I think we've achieved it.
Maria, I want to do this. It's like a stamp collection challenge, and you have to go to all these brands. It can't be that hard.
Could you help with the stamp challenge?
Okay, no problem. You already with the SmallRig rules. I stamped that.
4 more to go. No, actually, since we're at SmallRig, let's see what they're showcasing this year.
My name is David. I'm a brand representative with SmallRig here today to help introduce their 2 new products. They've released their Freeblazer heavy-duty carbon fiber tripod, as well as a modular follow focus system, which I'll show you guys afterwards. So starting off with the carbon fiber tripod here, one of the patented new features, which is super cool, is the ability to adjust all 3 legs and all 3 columns in a single move, making adjustments super quick and easy. One cool thing is I think SmallRig always does a great job with keeping the end user in mind. And one of the design features here is ergonomic silicone grips, right? So if you're moving around a 20-pound setup around your set, it can be kind of awkward sometimes, painful even sometimes. You're like pinching your hand trying to move things. So it's nice that they just kind of thought about the end user and added that there. The second product that SmallRig is launching today is their new updated modular follow focus system. It's pretty price competitive, and also is a few new features that I haven't seen on the market myself. So, do we want to check that out?
Yes.
All right, we go this way.
Around the table.
Okay.
Right.
So, with this new system, when you think manual follow focus systems, I think the first thing that you think of is, the gear belt, right? You got to add a little gear belt to your lens, have a little gear that you turn to, control the follow focus. One of the new unique features of this system is it uses a friction wheel. So, what's really nice about that is it reduces the amount of time, either you don't need to have 4 or 5 different lenses all with gear belts on them, or you don't have to be swapping gear belts on and off. So now you have a nice little follow focus system that's just very quick to set up, right? You want to change out a lens, put in a new lens, push it back on, and you're good to go with your follow focus. That's it. And another nice feature is that it is quickly reversible. So you know how some lenses, you turn it clockwise to focus away, and then other lenses, you turn it counterclockwise to focus away. And in some other systems, right, you would just have to start training yourself to be like, okay, so with this lens, I turn away to focus away. With this other lens, I turn towards me to focus away, right? So SmallRig came out with a solution for that. There's a little latch where if you open up this latch, you can turn the follow focus wheel, and then all you have to do next is just, move the rail a little bit further down, and now it turns in the opposite direction. Right, so if you have 2 lenses that focuses in different ways, clockwise, counterclockwise, now you have a really quick solution to just flip it over depending on that.
Right, this morning, Aperture's Amaran 150C and 300C were released. More fun, more power, more of that tomorrow. Keep an eye on it and see you then. People are dancing behind me, I love it. Yay!